Have you ever looked up at the night sky, specifically the part without any clouds, and then thought, I can see the earth. I am on it. I am small. And after a while I noticed that everyone kept coming up to me and asking, where are you going? And I said, up there, pointing to the roof. And they all laughed because they thought I was serious. And I said, no, I'm serious. We are all going up there together. And they didn't laugh then. We are surrounded by darkness, and we are surrounded by people. So when we close our eyes, we still see noise and darkness. And that is why we cling to people, places and things that don't love us back. And that is why we search for answers in astrology, in religion, in horoscopes. We want to believe that somewhere there is someone who understands us, who knows us, who loves us. Half of the guests were scientists and half of the guests were religious leaders. And after dinner, they started discussing about God and the universe. And it got so heated that Carl Sagan stood up and he said, but the truth is you are stronger than you think. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you believe in aliens or not, whether you believe in magic or not, whether you believe in dreams or not, whether you believe in love or not, this is for you. Believe in yourself. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are never alone. You can live without pain. And you can be happy without hatred. You are not alone. You are loved. You are protected. We are all in this together. We argue with people we don't know. We wage wars against people who are just like us. Don't forget that. Keep believing, and someday you will find your way home. None of us will be here. So why are we not alone? Why do we force ourselves on others? Thank you. You can survive without anger. You are cherished. You are valuable. You are important. You are human. And being human means that you can feel more than anyone else. If you let go of what is hurting you, it won't hurt you anymore. You can cry harder, laugh louder, love deeper, and hope longer. Being human is a gift. Being human is a blessing. I believe that somewhere out there is life. It's not a place. It's an idea. It's the idea of separation. There must be other civilizations. Maybe they believe in a different God than us. Maybe they believe in no God at all. But they would be alive. They would be real. And the priest said, and what if they worship the devil instead of God? Would you still want them to be real? And Carl Sagan smiled and he said, then I would become a missionary. Because those are not sounds. Those are your emotions. And that is why we fight them. And that is why we kill them. And those are not feelings. Those are your memories. You are not alone. And we keep searching until we are blue in the face. We force our opinions on strangers. And in the end, none of us will remember any of it. None of us will care. Why do we bring weapons to a party? Why do we speak unkindly to strangers? Why do we say horrible things about people we've never met? Because we are afraid. We are afraid that if we let go of our anger, our pain and our hatred, we will be left with nothing. But you are wrong. And when we open our eyes, we still see people. Maybe the question is not, are we alone? But are we awake? When you close your eyes, do you see only darkness? Or do you see flashes of memories? Do you feel the wind in your hair? Do you smell your mother's perfume? It's impossible. And most importantly, space is lonely. If you shout, nobody will answer you. And that scared me. Can you taste the raindrops on your tongue? When you hear a song on the radio, does it remind you of a person? Does it take you back home? Does it make you dance? You're just afraid of feeling what you already know. Space is just space. And when you realize that you are never truly separated from anyone, you realize we are not alone. And when you turn around, your head spins, because the ceiling above you is pitch black, empty, void. Everyone you meet already knows something you don't. He was once invited to a dinner party, and you ask yourself, if the earth is so small, then where am I? Then you come to the conclusion that we are indeed very small, but we're not tiny. And the problem is not that we don't know things. The problem is that we think we already know everything. When we meet a stranger, we think we have nothing to learn from them. And that is why we judge them. We think we are superior because we think we know more. But the truth is, we are inferior because we think we know everything. We are not alone. We are just afraid of admitting that we don't know. We are large enough to make a difference, big enough to change the world. We are not alone. We are surrounded by people who love us, people who hate us, people who don't care about us, people who we don't care about, people who want to help us, and people who want to hurt us. We are not alone. I went to a Halloween party last weekend, and my costume was an astronaut. We live in times where everything that happens in the world is linked together. If there is a war, we are all at war. If there is famine, we are all hungry. There must be planets where people live, just like on Earth. But in space, there must be trees and birds and rain and roads. I wanted to live on a planet where gravity worked a little differently. where the ground was made of cheese, where the houses had wheels and could drive through the sky. When I grew up, I learned that space is silent. You can't hear anything, even if you had a megaphone. Space is dark. Even if you turn on all the lights, it will always be dark. Space is cold. Nothing could survive there. If there is death, we are all dead. We live in the age of social media, where even when we are celebrating our happiness, we are also announcing our address to the whole world. We live in a time where you can get a cup of coffee without spending an hour scrolling through Instagram and TikTok. We live in the age of the internet, where we believe nothing unless we read it online. We live in the age of artificial intelligence, where nobody cares about your feelings. We are not alone. We are always connected. When I was a kid, I used to imagine that in space there must be life, and then I realized that actually nothing changed. We are surrounded by noise. We are not alone. We are afraid of being alone, of being left behind, of being forgotten, of being different, of being ourselves. But maybe we don't need to look up anymore. Maybe the universe is inside us. Maybe we carry the universe inside us. Years ago, I heard a theory that broke my mind. The theory is this. There is a story about Carl Sagan. We spend our entire lives trying to convince people to believe what we believe. We are afraid of losing ourselves. We are afraid of being weak. We are afraid of being vulnerable. This is for everyone watching.